right where you are. Just ground your feet. Go ahead and stand up. Just back up a little bit to give him some space. There you go. And then I just want you to make your body nice and loose. You can just give a little bounce and just let the shoulders kind of bounce out. Let the head go with it. Try not to use any sound with your mouth right now. You're gonna do a lot of talking today. Trust me, okay? There's some times that I'm gonna talk and you're gonna listen, and then there's lots of times where you're gonna talk and I'm gonna listen. So right now, I just need your mouths to be quiet, get your head into it. See if you can really let it roll. Nice. And then just shake out your hands really nicely. Just kind of let them shake. Good. Let the knees bounce a little bit more. Very good. We're going to step to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Get a little shoulder action. Right. To the left, to the right, to the left. Very good. Oh, I like it. To the left, to the right, to the left. One more. To the right, to the left, and then come back to center. We're gonna shake out our right hand. We're gonna do it 8 times. Then we're gonna shake out our left hand 8 times, right foot 8 times, left foot 8 times. Then we're gonna cut it in half, and we're gonna do 4, 4, 4, 4, and then cut it in half again, which is 2, 2, 2, 2, and then we'll do 1, 1, 1, 1. Goes kind of fast. Are you ready? It's called shake it out. So you can take your right hand, put it up to the sky. Ready? 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Take a deep breath, reach your arms up. I know that was so fun. And then exhale, let it out. One more time. See if you can exhale through your nose this time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down the front. Very nice. Actually, one more time. Big reach. You see how our breath can take us from being really, really hyper to really, really calm? I want you to remember that tool as we work today, okay? Make sure that we have that little tool to calm us down, because the energy in this classroom will raise when we work in small groups and we start to use our body. So we always want to come back to that tool. Are we ready? Awesome. So let's hit the music. Oops, that's okay. Yep. Open your eyes. Drop your hands by your side. Find your focal point. Eyes on the focal point, hands by your side. You know that you're the boss of your brain. If your hands are by your side, your feet are grounded. Good. You know you're the boss of your brain. If your eyes are on that focal point, neutral position, neutral facial expression. Very nice. You know that you're the boss of your brain if you can keep your fingers nice and still. Strong and in control of our bodies. Feet are planted. Strong enough to control our focal point, facial expression, and bodies. Excellent. Go ahead and have a seat right where you are. And the people that are right here that have your back to the board, just go ahead and pivot. Just turn around so that you can see what I have up here. Excellent. Can everyone see okay? Just want to draw your attention to our learning intention first. So this is exactly what we're going to be doing during this session together. So I've broken it down. First, we want you to know the parts of the 1-minute challenge and the meaning of Tableau. So that's our goal. We want you to be able to use Tableau to portray answers to questions about a text. Do you understand what the word portray means? What is it? What do you think? To demonstrate or to show, right? So you're going to use Tableau as a way to show answers to a question after reading a text. I know I've got it when. So this is your assessment of whether or not you're able to do this work. If you and your teammates can cooperate, you can agree to an answer, and you can portray it accurately using Tableau. So there's that word accurately. Accuracy is key. Okay, so still body, fixed focal point, no sound. We'll get more into what a tableau is in a moment. So today you're going to be creating a picture, okay? And it's not a picture that you're going to take with a camera or one that you're going to draw with markers or pencils. You are going to be creating a body picture. It's called a tableau. Tableau is a French word for picture. Very good. So go ahead and stand up. By the time I count to 5, you'll be standing in place, not touching anyone or anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. By the time I count to 5, you will be in a group of only 4 people. 1, 2, 3. Talk to each other. 4, 5. And we are frozen and silent by the time I get to 5. Very nice. Hands on closest shoulders. I'm going to just shift and adjust the groups a little bit so that you have enough space. So this group, come right here and have a seat right there. Knee to knee, eye to eye. You guys can sit right there. That's perfect. You can scooch towards the smart board just a little bit and have a seat right there. Looks like you're fine right here. Perfect. And then scooch back just a little bit in that area and have a seat. Take 3 seconds to get settled. 1, 2, 3, very nice. And then make me your focal point. Even if your back is to me, you can kind of look over your shoulder. So this tableau process, we're going to be doing it in a way called the 1-minute challenge. And the 1-minute challenge has 4 different parts that I'm going to break down piece by piece with you. Okay? The very first thing we're going to do is think. I'm going to give you a challenge or a question, and your job is to think about it. We are not talking in this first part. Okay, let's try it together. So here is the challenge. I want you to just think. When you've thought of an idea, you're going to cross your arms over your chest and hold that idea close to your heart. Show me what it will look like when you have an idea. Excellent, we've got it. All right, here we go. I want you to think of something that uses electricity. When you have an idea, cross your arms over your chest, pull that idea in close to your heart. Take a couple more seconds. Very nice. Now you're going to share that idea, but here is how you're going to share. Imagine that I am part of this group. I would unfold my arms and share my idea like this. I was thinking toaster. I'm not going to say anything else. She's not going to say anything else. Sterling is not going to say, oh, I just used the toaster this morning, right? And Charlotte's not going to say, oh, I burnt my toast this morning, or I really like that idea. Nope, they don't say anything. I get to say, I was thinking toaster, and then Sterling might say, I was thinking pencil sharpener, okay? I'm not going to say back to her, oh, I can't stand the pencil sharpener, or I never use pencils. The next person's just going to go. So it will sound like this. I was thinking toaster. I was thinking pencil sharpener. All the way around until everyone has shared their ideas. Once everyone has shared, we are silent, okay? You're only going to have 30 seconds for everyone to share. So being silent after everyone has gone is not going to be a very big deal. You're capable of it. Are we ready? Okay. By the time I count to 3, you'll be facing your group. Knee to knee, eye to eye. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. I was thinking.
I was thinking car. I was thinking toaster. I was thinking computer.
No, light bulb.
I was thinking
I was thinking a lamp. I was thinking of a
10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, cha-ching. So we did think. We had a little share. Now it's time to plan. Our plan has 3 different parts. The very first thing we will have to do is figure out what you're going to make. You can't make all 4 ideas. You have to pick one. So we will decide what you will make, and you only have 10 seconds to do it. Don't go yet. Wait for my signal. This takes some serious cooperation, right? Within 10 seconds to pick one idea. We're not talking about it yet. So when I say go, you will decide with your group which idea you're going to make. Please do not go on to the next part of plan. You're only deciding what to make. Go.
They'll all be hard to do. If we do car, 2 people, the strongest people can be on the bottom, and the lightest person can be on the top. 5, sitting down, and
4,
and then my brother's I'll be on the bottom.
2,
Yeah, I'll be on the bottom.
1. Make me your focal point. You're not deciding how to make it. You're not deciding what parts you need yet. You're just deciding what you're going to make. Let me test you to make sure everybody in the group says the same thing. Because remember, when we cooperate and we compromise, we decide on one thing. Let me check in with this group. What are you making?
An iPhone charger.
An iPhone charger. What are you making?
iPhone charger.
What are you making?
iPhone charger.
What are you making?
iPhone charger.
They've got it. How about this group? Do you think you're just as strong? Let's check in. What are you making?
Car.
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 What kind of car?
Any car.
It's something that runs on.
Electricity.
All right, I'll accept it because we've got some electric cars. Whoops, that's okay.
You got it?
Got it. All right, my friends, one more test over here. You're getting away easy. I'm going to give you the next test, next section of our program. Melora, what are you making?
TV.
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 Very nice. All right, we're ready to go on to the next part. Remember, piece by piece as we practice this. So we need to figure out now what parts we need. Now, you're going to be making this with your body, okay? A tableau is an image we create with our body. So what parts do you need? Not part, will you play? What do you need? Only 10 seconds to decide. We need. I should see you counting the parts on your hands. Go.
Passenger, bottom, and driver. Yeah. On its own, and I guess on the passenger might be. No, but like passenger, he's driver, and we're bottom. No, but if you're bottom, you should be like. No, we table. No, we should be
4, 3, 2, 1. Please make me your focal point. Make me your focal point. All right, I'm checking in with this group. They should all tell me they need the exact same parts. Let's test them. What do you need?
A plug, cord, and phone.
A plug, cord, and phone. What do you need?
A plug, a cord, and a phone.
What do you need?
Plug, cord, and phone. A plug, cord, and a phone.
There, Shark. What about you? What do you need?
We
What-
need toast and the outside.
Toast and the outside. Anything else?
Toast and the toaster.
The toaster. Oh, it sounds like this group needs to talk a little bit more. You only have 2 parts. Take 5 more seconds. Make sure you know what you need and everybody's on the same page.
Bottom driver, passenger. Yep. Like the floor. Driver. So we need the floor, driver, passenger. Why don't you say real driver? Yeah, that'll work.
Come on, class. Jillian, what do you need?
TV and 2 people to play like what's playing on the TV.
So what are they called? The people on TV.
Actor.
The TV and 2 people playing actors. What do you need?
TV and 2 people playing actors.
What do you need?
2 people playing actors.
What do you need?
We need 2 people playing the TV. 2 people being actors and 2 people being the TV.
What do you need, Sterling?
We need toaster, plug, and bread.
Toaster, plug, and bread. What do you need?
Toaster, plug, and bread.
What do you need?
Toaster, plug, and bread.
What do you need?
Toaster, plug, and bread.
Ah, they're on it now. Now you need to decide. You only have 10 seconds. What parts will you play? Go.
Bottom, passenger, driver. I say like sit me both sit like this, like have like a table and like almost like sit on it. Like
On your bottom.
and then Michael.
Body and face the group, okay?
No, like we
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make me your focal points. Checking. Make me your focal point. I'm looking for eyes. Got it. Joni, what are you going to be?
I'm going to be the person answering the phone.
What are you going to be, Ivy?
I'm going to be the person plugging in the phone.
What are you going to be?
I'm going to be the phone.
What are you going to be?
I'm going to be the person plugging in the phone with Ivy.
Okay. What are you going to be, Jillian?
The bottom part of the TV.
What are you going to be, Stephanie?
Top part of the TV.
What are you going to be, Alana?
An actor.
What are you going to be?
An actor in the TV.
What are you going to be, Nick?
The boy.
What are you going to be, Matthew?
Blocker.
What are you? A block. What are you going to be?
Phone.
The phone. And what are you going to be? Sounds like they're really clear. I bet you are all just as strong. You are going to have 30 seconds to create this tableau. Some things we know about tableaus. They are frozen. They are silent. They have a fixed focal point. Your focal point will be on one spot. your facial expression will remain exactly the same. Not everyone can be lying on the ground and not everyone can be standing up high. You will have different levels. Some people down low, some people in the middle level, some people at a high level. Is that clear? By the time I count down to 1, you will be frozen in your tableau portraying something that uses electricity. Go.
Oh yeah, I know. You're sitting on me as a pastor.
10 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Take a deep breath. 2. Take a deep breath. 1. I'm looking for frozen, silent. I'm looking for different levels. I'm looking for people with a fixed focal point. I see it. Oh, I see it. Very strong and controlled bodies. Take a deep breath. Control your body. Strong enough to control your bodies. Eyes on a focal point. Without losing your calm focus and balance, very carefully come back to sitting in your circle. Take 5 seconds to regroup. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Please make me your focal point again. All right, way too easy. That was a practice challenge, right? Go ahead and just spin your body around like you're on a little axis. There you go. All right. Way too easy. So we're going to move on now to the next step. So we're going to take some practice test questions. FSA practice tests, I know, I remember I used to take them and it was so boring, right? Just to read a passage and then have to answer things. So this is a really fun way for you to answer these questions with a group in a fun, dynamic, hands-on way, okay? So in order to do this, we have different jobs. There are 4 of you in each group, and so we're actually going to take out this piece of the reporter. If you wind up having 5, which you probably will at one point, Miss Nina, because you'll have extra kids, the reporter is the person that can hold up the answer to the question. For the purpose of this game, you're just going to have your whiteboard close to your image, close to your tableau, so that teachers can walk around and read the answer that you came up with, okay? So you'll create your tableau, but then you'll have it written down on here as well. Okay, so the different jobs we are going to have are the note taker, the recorder, the person that writes the answer to the question, the cleaner, the person that will be responsible for cleaning off the board if you need to revise, and then the director, the person that makes sure that that tableau is frozen, is silent, you're using different levels, and everybody has their eyes fixed on a focal point, okay? So let's get your text to you. The very first text we're going to look at is from The Secret Garden. So everybody's going to get a copy of the text. For the purpose of this very challenge, I am going to read the text out loud to you and you're going to follow along. The next question that we do, if we get to it, you're going to read it silently. Okay, so I'll read the first one out loud, but eventually, Miss Nina, they'll read it silently. They're excellent readers, I'm sure, right? 2, 3, 4. Pass it around, make sure everyone has a text. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. All right, so everyone gets a text. I'm going to give you some materials, and I'm just going to ask that you put them in the center of your circle, okay? Keep them in the center of your circle. You're welcome. Such nice manners. Very organized over here. You're very welcome. And just leave them in the center of the circle. I know you can do it. That nice strong control. One more thing. You're very welcome. You're welcome. All right, my friends. So the first thing I'll do is read the text to you and you just follow along, and then we will follow that same 4-step process to create an answer to the first question. Here we go. From The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. She was standing inside the secret garden. It was the sweetest, most mysterious looking place anyone could imagine. The high walls which shut it in were covered with the leafless stems of climbing roses, which were so thick that they were matted together. Mary Lennox knew they were roses because she had seen a great many roses in India. All the ground was covered with grass of a wintry brown, and out of it grew clumps of bushes, which were surely rose bushes if they were alive. There were numbers of standard roses which had so spread their branches that they were like little trees. There were other trees in the garden, and one of the things which made the place look strangest and loveliest was that climbing roses had run all over them, and here and there they had caught at each other or at a far-reaching branch, and had crept from one tree to another and made lovely bridges of themselves. It was this hazy tangle from tree to tree which made it all look so mysterious. Mary had thought it must be different from other gardens which had not been left all by themselves so long. And indeed, it was different from any other place she had ever seen in her life. "How still it is," she whispered. "How still." Then she waited a moment and listened at the stillness. The robin who had flown to his treetop was still as all the rest. He did not even flutter his wings. He sat without stirring and looked at Mary. "No wonder it is still," she whispered again. "I am the first person who has spoken in here for 10 years. She moved away from the door, stepping as softly as if she were afraid of awakening someone. She was glad that there was grass under her feet and that her steps made no sounds. She walked under one of the fairy-like gray arches between the trees and looked up at the sprays and tendrils which formed them. "I wonder if they are all quite dead," she said. "Is it all a quite dead garden? I wish it wasn't." If she had been Ben Weatherstaff, she could have told whether the wood was alive by looking at it. But she could only see that there were only gray or brown sprays and branches, and none showed any signs of even a tiny leaf bud anywhere. But she was inside the wonderful garden, and she could come through the door under the ivy any time, and she felt as if she had found a world all her own. So go ahead and put that text down. Look up here. All right. For our challenge. Oh yeah, technology. So it says this question has 2 parts, but that's not the one we're looking at. Okay. So in passage 2 is what you're reading. It says, what does the author mean by saying the roses were like little trees? I want you to think in your own mind first. When you have an idea, cross your arms over your chest. Remember, you have a text in front of you. What is a smart move to do when you get a question like this? Look back. So when you think you have an idea, look back in the text. What does the author mean by saying the roses were like little trees? When you think you know, cross your arms over your chest. Keep the materials down for now. You'll get a chance, okay? Crossing our arms over our chest. Take about 10 more seconds coming up with an idea on your own. All right, now before you share, I would like you to raise your hand if you think you're a really good note taker. And I'm going to just tell you who the note taker is. So note taker, go ahead and pick up a pencil. Anyone else over here? A note taker. Who could take notes or underline, find evidence in text? You're going to be my person, Matthew, because you have the pencil. Can you be my note taker, Jeremiah? Underlining the evidence we find in the text. Can someone over here volunteer to be my note taker? Pick up the pencil. Will you do it? Thank you so much, Olivia. All right, so our note taker. Everybody is going to share what they think. Note taker, you're going to find what they're telling you, the evidence that supports what they're saying is the answer in the text, and underline it. You only need to do it in one of the texts, okay? Sound like a plan? And they can help show you where they got their answer from. We're still only sharing one idea, right? What is this test question really asking us? What's a way to just say it really quickly? What is he asking? Yeah.
What does it mean by saying roses were like little trees?
Yeah, what does it mean roses are like little trees? Okay, so that's what you're trying to find in the text. So you're just going to say, this is what I was thinking. Next person, this is what I was thinking. Note taker, you're going to find that evidence that they're citing in the text. Sound like a plan? You only have 30 seconds. Here we go. This is what I was thinking.
Right here, because there were numbers of standard roses which had so spread their branches that they were like little trees. Like their branches were so spread out.
Yeah, that's what
This is what I was thinking. Go ahead and share out.
I found. Yeah, I agree. That's what I agree. That's what I found.
Okay, take 10 more seconds.
I was thinking that the clumps of voices got bigger and
5, 4, 3, 2, bless you, 1. Please make me your focal point. Everyone should have had a chance to share by now. Excellent. Now we need to come up with a plan. We need to decide on one answer. So if some people had different ideas, we need to pick one, just like we did in our first challenge. Now comes our recorder, okay? So somebody will have the marker with a whiteboard. Raise your hand if you'd like to be the recorder. Landon, you're going to be our recorder. Sean will be our recorder over here. Melora, our recorder over here. Okay, Sterling over here, and somebody new over here. Okay, you've got it. MC has it. All right, so you're planning. You only have 30 seconds to come up with one answer. Write it in a complete sentence on that whiteboard. 30 seconds. Go.
Like this, like put quotations. Yeah. The brain there.
yeah, I would put in quotations.
Yeah. There were.
Well, we could just put.
There were numbers of standard roses. Standard roses. Which had so spread.
That's all set. Citing text evidence. Fantastic. Complete sentences.
Roses. Which had so spread.
Take about 10 more seconds. I don't mean to rush you, but I do, because it's a 1-minute challenge.
Spread. Their branches. That they.
We don't need to put that there.
Yeah. We're like little trees.
Yeah, we don't
All
have to put
right.
that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please make me your focal point. Keep your materials very still. Put them down on the floor if you know that you'll play with them if they're in your hands, because I know I like to play with things that are in my hands. So, all right, we thought, we shared, we're partway through our plan. We know what you're going to make. You just wrote it down, didn't you? Now you need to decide, well, what parts do we need to create that, right? What parts do we need? And you're going to do both pieces together right now. What parts do we need and what parts will each of us play? We're not talking about it yet while I'm giving directions, right? It's really important. All right. I'll give you this time 30 seconds to decide what parts you need and what part you will play. You're not creating yet, okay? Once you've all decided, if there's still time left, rehearse, talk about it again, right? Make sure you're on the right page. What parts do we need and what parts are each of us playing? Because I might come around and test you again. All right, go ahead.
You know, like we could each do like Roses, Mary, like because she's Mary, Roses, and like the branches, and like the high walls, maybe. Like someone could be like going like the high walls, like that, and then Roses, Mary, and the high walls. I don't know what Mary is. Yeah, I'm talking about. So let's just do the rose. What about the high wall? Like I could be in that, or someone could be in that. Yeah, but it's not really
Five. I know. 4, 3. It's so hard, right? 2. It's so much easier to use your body. 1. We're just talking over here with my friend. Remind me of your name. Where's your name? Landon. Landon was so tempted to show his partners what he meant by using his body. That's why we do things like this. It's so much easier to explain something by showing a picture with your body, right? But I'm asking you to communicate it first. It's almost like painting a picture with your words. Is Miss Nina ever tell you to do that? Right? When you're writing, to be really descriptive with your words first, and then you get to embody it, okay? So you will have 30 seconds to create this image. Make sure that your little whiteboard is in a place that can be seen by teachers as we walk by, because you're going to be frozen and silent, right, with your eyes on a focal point. 30 seconds to create. Go for it.
And then over here.
What a disaster. That was so awesome. So we come up with another way to do it without coming off the ground. I know that we have one group who has elevated a friend off the ground. I'm going to say that this is not normally going to happen. It's not safe unless you have a spotter, okay? So I'm going to stay here for this moment. We're going to be really still. We're going to take a deep breath so we're not giggling, okay? And I'm going to take a look around the room. From now on, let's make sure we have at least 1 foot or 1 hand on the ground at all times. That is something I'm going to add to my instructions that I didn't think I ever had to add before. But teachers, let this be a lesson. All right, let's check it out. I see lots of different levels. I see fixed focal points. I see it. Take 1 more second. And keeping that calm focus and balance, we're going to very carefully come back to neutral, sitting on the ground. Very gently lower her down. Okay. Take 5 seconds to get settled. 5, 4, 3, 2. Point, please, class.
Yes.
Class.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I love how that works. I'm just going to read really quickly, or actually, can I have the person that is the director? Can you actually read what each of you have done? So pick somebody to be the director. Go ahead. What would you like to say? What would you like to share?
So we saw that. Look at it.
Yeah, you can read it. Go ahead.
In the text it says they spread their branches so they look like little trees.
Okay, so they spread their branches, and that is what made them look like little trees. Over here, you don't have to erase it, just read it as you have it.
There were numbers of standard roses which had spread spread their branches.
Spread their branches. Interesting. I'm hearing that in both instances. Over here, Alana.
The roses were like trees because the roses' branches were so spread out.
The branches were spread out. Over here, Gianna.
The branches spread out to make them look like branches.
All right, and over here?
It means that
Don't erase yet, please. Do not erase yet.
they look like little trees because the branches were spread out.
Excellent. Okay, so before you erase anything, we have one more job. It's the cleaner, but I also like to call them the reviser. I am now going to reveal the multiple choice answers. I love that you came up with these ideas before even seeing the choices. We want you to formulate those ideas in your mind before just picking an answer on the test, right? So if you have an answer written on your page that is exactly like the multiple choice answer, you don't have to do anything. But if you don't have a match, you will have to revise. You'll have to pick something that is closest to what you were thinking. So let's check it out. Got a little revealer. So A, the rose bushes have thick trunks. B, the rose bushes are tall enough to climb. C, the rose bushes have large, long branches. And D, the rose bushes are more leaves than flowers. Without talking, think in your mind, cross your arms if you know which one it is. You know which one it is. Very good. Take 10 seconds. All of you share. Which one is it?
C. Long branches.
Goes a lot quicker. Number 3, go ahead and plan. Do you need to revise and erase? Or is it correct?
They're long branches.
Change anything you need to. 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 Go ahead and erase it.
The long branches.
Change anything you need to. If it's the same thing, just go ahead and write the letter. We're working, look at me, we're working cooperatively, which means we do not need to shout at each other. We can communicate really well just talking and looking somebody in the eye, okay? Make sure you put the letter. At least put the letter down, right? A, B, C, or D. Go ahead and write the letter if you don't have to revise anything else. Take about 10 more seconds. Do it quickly. You have 10 more seconds. You need to have something on that paper. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please make me your focal point. Put your materials on the ground. We should have our new answer written down. Okay, so it seemed to me that everybody chose C as their answer. And would you revise your tableau? Raise your hand if you feel like you need to revise your tableau to match one of those answers up there, or if you were already portraying that answer. Raise your hand if you think you need to revise. You think you need to revise it? Okay. It seems to me that you were portraying the branches, right? But you wanted to revise your tableau just to make it better. Ah, interesting. So I love it. That's very ambitious of you. But let's just say we got it, right? Everybody knows it's C. So we're ready to move on to the next challenge. Would you agree? Yeah. Okay. So let's have our cleaner. Make sure that that board is really clean. We're going to move on to one final challenge. So can I have the note taker, the person that was underlining, collect all of those readings, all of the ones on the Secret Garden, and just make a little pile off to the side of them so they're out of the way. We don't confuse them with our new text. If you'd like to trade jobs, you may do that now. You have 10 seconds to trade jobs.
Actually, I want to be ready. What? Can I hear you? Who wants to be a director? Sterling, you're director. Who wants to be a writer? You want to be a cleaner? Yeah. Who wants to be? I'll be a note taker. Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, raise your hand if you're the note taker. Raise your hand if you're the note taker. Just checking in. Should see one in every group. Who is the note taker? Who's going to be underlining pieces of the text? Text evidence. I need one person over here to be the note taker. Just put it off to the side. Just put it off to the side. Thank you. Who's the note taker over here? Quickly. Good. Okay. Who is going to be our recorder? Who's going to be writing with the expo marker? Excellent. Who's going to be our cleaner or reviser if we need to change something? Okay. And then who's going to be the director, keeping everyone in line, making sure those tableaus are at different levels, right? We're not all laying on the ground, right? You have different levels, and we keep 1 foot and 1 hand at least on the ground at all times. Deal? Okay. All right, my friends, here we go. So the very first thing you need to do is read the text carefully. It should be silent. Reading the text carefully. Go for it. Give you about 1 minute to read. I'll know that you're finished if you just look up at me. Don't rush. You have a couple more seconds. Do a careful read, and you'll be able to reread once you see the question. Thank you for those of you that are finished, that are being so patient and kind. Okay, almost all there. Okay, almost there. We're going to take a look at the question. It says this question has two parts. Indeed, it does. Okay. First, answer part A, and then we'll go on to part B, okay? I want you to think first, what is theme? How can I describe the theme? What is theme? Cross your arms over your chest if you know what theme is. What is theme? Okay, we're going to do a quick share of what theme is, just so we can get clear, okay? This is what I was thinking. Go ahead with your groups.
I think on the lesson. It's the theme of the story.
It's the message.
Wait, did I say the theme of the story?
4, 3, 2, 1. A lot of you were saying the lesson, the message, the main idea. Okay, so the main theme is the essence of the passage or the lesson learned, okay? The main message the author is trying to give you. Very nice. So, what is the theme of passage 1? Remember, as you're thinking on your own, you can go back and look in the text for your evidence. What is the theme of passage 1? The entire passage, overall theme. Think in your own mind. Go back and reread. I'll give you 30 seconds for this one. When you have an idea of what you think the theme might be, this is much more challenging, much more abstract than the first question, right? Cross your arms over your chest. You think you have an idea. So we went from very knowledge-based to something that has clear evidence to something now that is a little more abstract, right? Thank you for being so patient, Landon. Really good thinkers. Appreciating the quiet. It's a tricky one without being able to see the multiple choice. Take 10 more seconds. It's okay if it's a guess at first. You're going to have the help from your peers. This is when it's really nice to collaborate, because some of you might say, I don't really know if this is correct, but I'm going to put it out there. This is building a safe community where you can just share an idea and see what you decide on cooperatively, okay? Here we go. Turn to your group. This is what I was thinking. You'll let that idea go. This is what I was thinking.
This is what I was thinking. Don't judge the book by its cover, because he was saying it's not scary. How do you know it's haunted? But he only saw.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I said that not everything is what it is said to be.
Yeah. What's yours?
That was mine. I was trying to read over, but I couldn't.
Do you want to do what's yours?
It was similar. Very. He was like,
Maybe reread it. Maybe read
basically don't judge a book by its cover, or don't judge places or anything by the looks or something.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I love that I'm challenging you, because you are such a smart group that I love to stump you a little bit. Get you thinking. Learning is not always easy, right? It's good to have a challenge. It really gets our brains working. So the next thing we're going to do is decide on one theme, one idea for the theme. Out of all of the ones that you shared, or some of you were like, we have no idea, you're just gonna guess and come up with something. Now remember, you need to portray something or show it with your bodies in a tableau. So if you had one snapshot, this is a really good way to think of theme. If I had one picture to show that main idea or lesson that the author is trying to teach, what would that picture show? Okay, write it down. Reporter, go ahead and write it down. You have 30 seconds.
So basically, don't just jump outside cover. Wait, what did you say again? Not everything is what you think it is. Yeah. I think we should like write them together. We should write another one. Yeah, and don't
Take about 10 more seconds. Write something down. Write down an idea. Get it down. You'll get those multiple choice answers soon.
Sit over here, guys.
I actually think you don't have to be scared of something you don't know about. And that's why I said And I'm the toddler.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we know that we need to figure out the other two parts of plan. What parts do we need? My turn to talk, then your turn, okay? What parts do we need, and what part will you each play to portray the answer you have written down? 30 seconds to decide.
Okay. So you're the evil spirits, you're the good spirits, you're the toddler. I'm the toddler. Yeah, toddler. You're the toddler. So like you walk on your knees. There's only one toddler. No, I'm the toddler then. Okay, and then how about this? You two are both like scared. And like monsters are like something creepy, but it's like creepy, but I can be very like Julie, like I can pretend to be a Julie, like something behind
2, 1. Please make me your focal point. Make me your focal point. Let me see it. Checking in, checking in, checking in. Michael. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so you have a plan. It's time to create. Make sure that whiteboard is visible for me to walk around and see all of your ideas. Remember, 1 foot and 1 hand on the ground at least. If you're going to put your body weight on someone else, please make sure that person is okay with it and can handle it. We shouldn't have to put our entire body weight on someone to portray the answers to the questions that you have written down. Slightly using them, leaning on them is fine as long as it feels safe to them, but please just be mindful, okay, of keeping each other safe. All right, go ahead. You have 30 seconds. No, not. Everything is what it's thought to be. Let's see. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't assume something is
you can like turn it towards me and then go like that, like it's someone should be
5, 4, 3, 1. We are frozen. We are silent. Our eyes are on a focal point. Nothing is moving, not even the hair on our head. Eyes on a focal point. I see it. Check over here. Don't judge it by its cover. Nice use of levels. Eyes are fixed on that point. Facial expressions. Keeping this calm focus and balance, please find your way back to your sitting position and make me your focal point in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, friends, revisers, hold that tissue up in the air. Get ready, okay? The reviser, or our cleaner's job, I like reviser better, I think. You are going to be changing the answer as needed once you see the multiple choice questions. I want to clarify. I want to see the letter written and circled and then actually write the answer you think is correct. So if it's different from what you already have, you're going to need to change it. Okay? Yes?
What if it's not like word for word?
If it's not word for word, then fine. Just if it's the same idea, you can keep it, but I still want you to write the letter and circle it. Okay? But the very first thing I want you to do is just think before you change anything. Okay? Once you see the answers to this question, the multiple choice answers, I want you to think first. Show me what you'll do when you have an idea of which one it is. Show me what you'll do. Nice. Okay, here we go. So there's no talking yet. When you think you know which one it is, you cross your arms over your chest. Is it A, nature can have a powerful effect on people? Is it B, children need friends who can keep secrets? Is it C, people can find interesting things in forests? Is it D, children often benefit from being quiet? You might need to reread parts of this passage to decide. Okay, when you think you know, cross your arms over your chest. I'll give you a little more time for this one. It is a challenge. What is the theme? Think big picture. Okay. Let the idea go. This is what I was thinking. Go ahead, turn to your neighbors.
No, what's C say? I can't read that.
C says, people can find interesting things in forests. Take 10 more seconds.
On and people is
No, what's A?
nature can have
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and sit flat on your bottom so I want you to be able to plan effectively. And I know it's comfy on your bellies, but I want to make sure that you are sitting up nice and tall so you can be very articulate with your words. So now it's time to figure out how you're going to create this. I know, because I read all of your answers before, that what you've chosen now is significantly different than what you chose before, which is cool. The cool thing about multiple choice questions, right, is they help to really focus your ideas. How are you going to create this? What parts do you need and what parts will you play? You only have 30 seconds to decide. Talk about it before you get on your feet. Go ahead.
back like grass. How do we? I'll be a tree. Yeah, and someone could be like kind of like a surprise. Yeah. So I'll be like rope me. Why would there be a tiger? No, where can it be? Oh, there.
Think about what it's saying though. It has a positive effect on people. So think about how is your facial expression going to show that, okay? Try to sit flat on your So sit flat on your bottom while you're planning. I know it's so tempting, you're getting excited. How are you going to show that powerful effect on people? Make sure you're thinking about this. How will you show the powerful effect?
You'll be like an animal, and then like you be surprised person. You stand up and be like a tree person. Like the no, like that.
10 more seconds to plan.
Be surprised. You'd be like
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last class.
Yes.
Make me your focal point. I'm checking in. Thank you so much for giving me your attention so quickly. We're able to get through so many questions because you're on it. All right. It's time to create. Tell me one thing we need to remember about Tableau. They are Jeremiah. They're still. What else? MC. They're silent. What else?
They're only looking at their focal.
Only looking at the focal point. What about the facial expression? Facial expression is huge in this one.
Yeah, it's like serious and not like
Not laughing. It stays exactly the same like you're a statue. Are you ready? You have 30 seconds to portray this image of your answer. Go ahead.
So we go. No, that's not. Go in the middle.
Snapshot image. Hold on to it without.
You go like this. Show your face. Look at on your body.
And 5, 4, 3. Take a deep breath. 2, 1. Nothing is moving, not even the hair on your head. Facial expression, hold it. Focal point, take a deep breath. Remember our concentration challenge. You've got it. Looks like everyone is in agreement that nature can have a powerful effect on people. I know who the people are because I see the facial expressions. I almost see the powerful effect of the natural pieces that our actors are playing on our people. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you guys hold this image? Everybody else have a seat right where you are. I just want to turn and face this image really quickly. They were all fabulous. Okay, I just want to point out a couple of things in this one so we know for next time. And you're calm and you're making them your focal point in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please sit flat on your bottom so everybody can see. Flat on your bottoms. We have different levels, right? We have facial expressions that are still, that are very expressive. We have focal points that are not moving, okay? What do we see here? What other things do you see?
And that looks like a tree or a bush, and those look like people like pointing in amazement at it.
How would you describe their facial expression?
Like excited, happy.
Anything else? Yeah, Ruby.
think it's really cool and funny
What do you see that makes you say they think it's really cool or funny?
because they're smiling.
They're smiling, right? So we're just looking at the details as if we're reading an image. We're going to get into that at another time as well. Give yourselves all a big round of applause. Very nice. I know we have a huge mess in the center of our circle, but we're going to circle up really quickly to close this out. Just leave the papers. It's all good. That calm, focus, and balance. Wait for everybody to arrive. Find the empty spaces. Open your eyes. Find that focal point. See right where you are. Go ahead and sit down. Just a couple moments of reflection, and then we'll clean this place up for Miss Nina. So, what did we learn about theme through this exercise? What did you learn about theme today?
It's a lot harder to find it than you think.
It's a lot harder to find it than you think. Was it what you thought at first? No. How did you know it was the fact that nature can have a powerful effect on people? How did you know it was that one?
Because the way that he was talking to his friend about how he should stop and listen, like that happened to him. Like he stopped and listened and it had a powerful effect on him, and he was telling it to his friend.
Interesting. What did this teach you, this whole activity, this whole exercise, what did this teach you about taking a test, especially a test like this where you're reading a passage and then answering questions? Yes, Jeremiah.
Very difficult and stress.
It's stressful. So would you say it's more stressful when you're taking the test and doing it on your own, or more stressful when you're doing it this way?
On your own.
What makes it a little bit less stressful when you're practicing it this way? Yes, Bowden. You're having fun while doing it, taking the stress level down. What else, Sean?
Because you're
If you don't think you have the right answer, somebody else probably could.
Definitely. What else, Matthew?
you can be with more people and I like that what Matthew said. You can be with more people and kind of talk it over the answers and
What did we learn about, oh, sorry, Sterling, go ahead.
You can see other people's point of views.
Yeah, you can see other people's point of view. You did a really nice job listening and responding and building on ideas. You used a lot of accountable talk strategies. I saw over here that you weren't quite sure about the answer. You were going back and forth between A and C, and you kept on looking back for text evidence, right? So you did some challenging, you did some supporting. So you used a lot of those strategies that I know you do in whole groups to come to draw a conclusion. That was really powerful. What about Tableau? What do you think about expressing yourself using your body or using acting? How does that help you express your knowledge?
It's kind of easier than writing an essay about it. It's easier to explain it with your body and your emotions.
Who talks with their hands here? Raise your hand. I do. My whole family does. Some things I knock things over at the dinner table because I'm so expressive with my hands. So it's so nice to talk it out, and then if you have the opportunity to go back and write, you kind of have that experience. You already have the image in your mind that you created with your bodies, and then I bet you could definitely write about theme of this passage now, couldn't you? Awesome. What was challenging about this activity? What do you think, Ruby?
I think it's if you're looking at someone doing a position, I think it's hard to keep your facial expression.
Yeah, so what does this also train? Not just when you're talking about academics, but what about socially and emotionally? What does it help you do?
More focus.
Control your. Can I add on?
Sure, so to be more focused in.
Control your emotions.
Definitely.
I also want to say something else. It's hard because you have to agree with everything on everyone on one thing. When you're in a test by yourself, you can just pick your answer.
Exactly. When in life do you have to agree with a group on one thing, though? When does that happen, Landon?
When you get older and you have a job, pretty much.
Yeah. When else do you have to agree on one thing? In school, right now. Book assignments, when you're working with a group, right? You got to choose the best answer, and it might not always be your idea. Thank you so much for sharing your ideas with me today and for being such great participators and for that reflection. Can I have, Jeremiah, do you mind collecting all of the whiteboards? And can I have Bowden, can you collect just all the pieces of paper? Olivia, will you grab the expo markers? Sean, will you grab the pencils? And I'll grab the dirty tissues because nobody wants that job. And then the rest of you give your attention to Miss Nina, please.